Good afternoon.
Hold on.
I didn't realize it. Oh.
Good afternoon. It is Monday, July 12th, 2021, and 4:17 p.m. We're about to start the Standing Committee meeting of the Public Safety Committee. And I will call this meeting to order. Roll call. Alderman Gay?
Here.
Alderman Payon? Not here. Pendell Charles? Here and present. Approval of the agenda. Any changes to the agenda should be made here. At this time, I would move that the agenda remove item number 1, business and miscellaneous, when it comes to public safety, spotlight, did you know, written reports and comments, year-to-date overdose summary. Can I get a motion to remove that from the agenda?
I'll make a motion to remove it from the agenda. From the agenda.
Okay, second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Don't hear any nays. Approval of the minutes, PSC 06.30-21, approval of minutes for the special meeting along with attachments. Can I hear a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting on
I just made a
6:30?
mistake. I want to add something to the agenda. Is it too late?
Yeah.
It's just general conversation. I'll save it for the end. It was just briefly what we discussed today at our lunch. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You want it on the record?
No. All right. Fine. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the 6:30-21 meeting.
Okay, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? I don't hear any nays. Number 2, legislation before the committee, CA-1-21, Office of Community Services established for the purpose of establishing the Office of Community Services, updating the powers and duties of the city manager, and generally relating to the Office of Community Services. And we have 3 attachments. And before us today, we have our city manager, Mr. David Jarrell, and we also have our assistant city attorney, Ms. Carrie Berger, and our assistant city manager just stepped out, Ms. Lynn Farrow. Thank you, Mr. Jarrell.
So the legislation before you, the charter amendment, will establish a Office of Community Service. So this office was actually established as part of the city manager's office and funded as part of the city manager's office in FY21. So this charter amendment will establish it very much like MIT and Human Resources as a separate office with their own manager and their own staff, and will no longer be a part of the city manager's office. So the manager will still report to the city manager. The purpose of this office is to serve as a bridge between the city residents and the services that are available through the county and through the other agencies in this region, so that those services are provided to the residents in need. It's currently staffed with 2 individuals, a social worker and an administrative assistant. We anticipate in the future that it will grow from there, but that needs to be worked out, what the office is going to look like as it develops and it matures. Because we do anticipate that it will grow, but it currently has 2 people.
Thank you, Mr. Jarrell. And just for a point of history for everybody in the viewing audience, I think it was 4 years ago, almost to the day, I received an email from a member of the Human Relations Commission, which got filtered to Mr. Keller, who's the chair, about an Office of Violence out in California. I think it was Oakland, California. And so I passed it on to former Alderman Carl Snowden, and we discussed having such an office back 4 years ago. And we went through or tried to go through the county Partnership for Children, Youth, and Families, because they were getting a large pool of money for some initiatives that they were going through with the federal government. And we tried to secure that funding, but that never came through. But we never kind of gave up. But last year, I guess it was a year and a half ago, Alderwoman Finlayson did find the money for this office, and we're forever grateful. So one idea and one got the money, so it's called a teamwork.
Alderman Gay found that money. I put that amendment in. I remember vividly.
I remember having a conversation with Alderwoman Finlayson about it. Way back, because we had a conversation in the conference room about it. You weren't there. Okay. So anyway, it's a team effort no matter who's on the team. But anyway, we are here today for this legislation before the committee. Alderman Gay, did you have any questions?
I do. Thank you so much. I just have a couple of quick questions as it relates. One, I would like to request a meeting with Carrie, the chief, deputy chief, Rhonda McCoy, yourself, and who you think is necessary, Adetola Ajayi, Aaron, obviously, because we have all agreed that we haven't had an opportunity to discuss, the full layout and work of this office. Like even today, we were saying, well, if there was an incident this weekend, we were like, well, do we call them? I was like, I don't know if they're on call. So I don't, we have to figure all of those things out. The structure of the office as well. I had a meeting this weekend with Alderman Arnett and the Civic Association and discuss some concerns. So if we could do that before the recess, that'd be cool.
Okay, thank you, Alderman Gay.
Yeah,
Mr.
if
Gerald?
I could just add to that. So this is the third committee meeting that this legislation has heard before. And I think it was Rules Committee that requested the same sort of discussion at the next Rules Committee meeting, not tied to this legislation so much, but tied to how the mayor's office, community services, and police all work together to make sure that they're all in coordination and working towards the same end. So we'll also have that discussion at the, I think it was the next Rules Committee meeting.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Gerald. And what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say about the office. But anyway, we're just grateful to have it, that it finally came to fruition. And we're looking for great things from the office. I've talked to many people, and they're really excited and extremely surprised that we have something like this within city government. But anyway, thank you very much. Alderman Payon, thank you. One thing I want to mention, I know that you had some serious concerns and trepidation about this piece of legislation, and you had expressed them at the Finance Committee meeting. Did you want to re-express them here, or did you want us to make a motion to incorporate what you had indicated at that meeting into today's meeting?
This is the one for the Office of Community Services.
Yes, sir.
I do.
Did you want us to incorporate that testimony into today's testimony? Okay.
Yes, I would.
Okay, at this time, I would make a motion that Alderman Payon's testimony from the Finance Committee concerning 6A-1-21 be incorporated into this Public Safety Standing Committee meeting. Can I get a second? Oh, I can't make the motion. I'm asking for a motion.
I'd make that motion.
Okay, can I hear a second?
What is his remarks?
He's against it. And it's lengthy,
And you
from
want-
what I gather.
And you want me to second it?
Yes,
Well, you want
I
me to
do.
say all over again what I've
No.
already said?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No. Okay, anything else anyone would like to add about the Office of Community Services? And I'll remember it after we're over with what I was gonna say. But anyway, can I get a motion, that we move favorably this piece of legislation to the full body of the council?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
All in-
This is for CA 121.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, forget it.
Doesn't-
I made a mistake.
Okay.
Doesn't it have an ordinance
But
accompanying it as
one
well?
thing I'm not mistaken on, Madam Chair, I apologize for being late.
Oh, that's okay.
Did the best I could.
No, not a problem. Not a problem at
Sorry.
all. Not a problem. Did you make the motion, Alderman Gay?
Yeah.
And I second that motion. All in favor of moving this piece of legislation favorably to the full council, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
No.
All right, so noted.
Oh, you know what?
Motion passed.
If you could clear up that this did not come from. Hold on 1 second. Excuse me.
Madam
That's fine.
Chair,
Yes, sir.
let me say, well, before we go on to another matter, that
That's the end of the matters.
I
but go
don't
right ahead.
necessarily disagree with the purpose of what the Office of Community Services is established to do. That's not the problem. I just don't like the idea of it being a separate department. I think that, well, I've already incorporated what I said at the Finance Committee, but I think it's an expense that we don't need to bear, and I think it'll only get a lot more expensive unnecessarily. So, again, don't really oppose the work that they're doing. I just don't want it to be a separate department.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alderman Pale. Yes, Mr.
If I
Gerald?
could just, point of clarification.
Yeah, if I could just make an important point about this organization. They're not being funded from cuts from the police department. We are not defunding police to fund this organization. This is separate money that's been identified, and it's not money taken from the police budget.
Thank you, Mr. Gerald. Appreciate that. Okay, it was something else I wanted to say about this office. About the meeting. No, it was about the meeting that you were suggesting that we have, which I think is a great idea. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Since it was a co-sponsored or lead co-sponsored, the the finance portion of it, I would suggest that Alderwoman Finlayson as well as I be part of that meeting as well. That's what I was going to say. Okay. I see nothing more on the agenda for today. Can I get a motion?
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. The motion carries. It is 4:29 p.m. Thank you all very much.
Another tough meeting. I